With the release of Warfare 2, Space Engineers now has lots of new weapons for us to use. So that begs the question, which of these weapons can be used to build the best Death Star? Let's split that question into two parts, which weapons and what is a Death Star? A Death Star is no moon and has a powerful super laser that can destroy planets. Whilst we're not going to be destroying planets yet, we can approximate the size of the Death Star's laser. According to this webpage, it looks like it was made in 1997. Each of the super laser's feeder beams are 5 meters in diameter, and there are 8 of them in total that form the main beam. Doing some quick maths, or as they say in America, math, assuming that no energy or beam size is lost, the final Death Star beam would have a diameter of about 16 meters. For reference, the images on screen now show the size of the feeder beam and the size of the final beam, with each square representing one large block within Space Engineers. And before you say it, yes, I am aware there's a second Death Star. We'll get to that. Now that we know how big our Death Star laser should be, we now need to work out which weapon is best for the job. With the new update, there are now 3 static large grid weapons. We're not going to be using small grid weapons, because as we know, bigger is better. The options are rocket launcher, artillery cannon, and the one in all our YouTube recommendations, the railgun. Which one of these is best? Let's do a quick test. I built 3 test Death Star lasers, one using each type of weapon, and a 16x16x16 cube of light armor and a 16x16x16 cube of heavy armor. Let's see how each weapon type gets on. First we have missile launchers versus light armor. You can see that's done about 2 blocks worth of light armor damage. And here against heavy armor. That didn't even damage the surface of the armor. Next up we have artillery. And that did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now artillery versus heavy armor. And that breached the first layer of armor. And finally railguns. Nice clean cut there. Guessing this goes all the way through. Yes, it does. That's 16 blocks of damage it's done to light armor. And this is railguns against heavy armor. Roughly 3 blocks. It's also worth noting that missile launchers are the only weapons that can damage voxels, whereas artillery and railguns don't. In the 9th worst Star Wars movie, the evil Empire constructs a second Death Star which is roughly a third bigger than the first. Doing some quick math and bam! A slightly bigger Death Star laser. And here they are in game. And being basically a larger version of our previous laser, they do the same kind of damage in a slightly wider radius. At the beginning of this video I asked, which of these weapons can be used to build the best Death Star? And now we know the effectiveness of each weapon, we can make a decision. Well, it's railguns, we all knew it was going to be. The Death Star fires a single beam that does maximum damage just like the railguns do, and both take a while to recharge after they fire. However, because railguns don't damage voxels, we can't use them to blow up planets. But what if we could? Using a quick mod I've created, I've modified railguns to allow them to damage voxels. I'd like to clarify this was really laggy, so I can see why Keen didn't add this to the base game. However, this would be a super cool feature. Additionally, this probably breaks the balance of railguns due to adding a large explosion on impact. Here's a recreation of the scene from Return of the Jedi without the mod I just created. And here's a recreation of the scene with my mod. I'm not sure it makes too much difference, I don't know if that's just because the weapon did different damage that time. And finally, here's me using the Death Star to destroy a planet.